Now, the African National Congress Executive Committee concludes its three-day meeting today before commencing with its Lekgotla. Various big decisions in relation to political developments are expected to come out of this meeting, and a decision on the position of the party regarding former President Jacob Zuma is also expected after he publicly endorsed the newly formed uMkhonto WeSizwe party. SABC News senior political reporter Samkele Maseko is there, and he joins us now for more. Samkele, good morning. So quite a bit to be discussed, a lot of anticipation, and I suppose one of the headline catching stories would be what will the ANC NEC decide regarding former President Jacob Zuma?
Indeed, Sakina, the ANC's National Executive Committee yesterday was deliberating on what steps it would take on former President Jacob Zuma, whether they would discipline him or not. Some NEC members are saying, why discipline a non-member? But some are saying that Zuma has publicly said that he's still a member of the African National Congress. He will die in the ANC. It's just that he is not going to vote for the ANC, but will vote for the MK party. But some NEC members were arguing that you must just summarily dismiss and expel former President Jacob Zuma from the party, and others are saying you can't expel someone without following due process, saying that the expulsion of Bantu Holomisa, the expulsion of Sfiso Nkabinde, the expulsion of Julius Malema, the expulsion of Ace Magashule, all due processes were followed, saying that they've got to undertake the same processes with the former President Jacob Zuma, take him to a DC for contravening Rule 25 of the ANC Constitution, charge him, take him through that DC, then ultimately the NDC of the ANC must take a decision whether to expel Jacob Zuma or not to expel Jacob Zuma, just like it was done with Elias Sokhobela Magashule and all other former leaders of the ANC and Youth League that have stated that have been expelled from the organization. But we do know that the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula will be providing an update with regards to those decisions that were taken yesterday in the National Executive Committee meeting with regards to former President Jacob Zuma at 11 o'clock this morning.
Samkele, it is of course also an election year, so one would also expect the ruling party to deliberate along the lines of how they intend to approach the 2024 general election. There is of course the talk of the lists of members whom the party will deploy to Parliament and to provincial legislatures, and the Integrity Committee of course key in those decisions. And I'm reminded Reverend Frank Chikane, when he came to that position in the Integrity Committee, saying that he's not ready to be governed by criminals. So has there been any deliberation on that to this point?
The Integrity Commission guidelines were presented in the NEC. Their terms of references were presented yesterday. They were deliberated upon. Their powers were assigned to them. It will be communicated today in the afternoon at around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, those terms and references and guidelines that the Integrity Commission will use. We do know that the likes of Bladen Zamande on Tuesday did appear before the Integrity Commission on the allegations that he is facing of corruption in the Department of Higher Education and Training, particularly within the SETAs, and how service providers are allegedly giving him kickbacks and also giving the South African Communist Party kickbacks. And we do know that the ANC's Deputy President Paul Mashatile will also appear before the Integrity Commission on those allegations that he has also received kickbacks from businessman Edwin Sodi. We also do know that there were other 90 members of the NEC or ANC members who have been flagged in the Integrity Commission due to their alleged allegations and involvement in the State Capture Commission of Inquiry there as well. They are also appearing before the Integrity Commission. We are not yet sure how many of them have appeared. We do know that the President is also meant to appear, the DP, the National Chair, and other members of the ANC. But also, you've also seen members of the National Executive Committee, some of them declining to go to Parliament. The Youth League President, Colin Malaji, he's declined to go to Parliament on the virtue that the Youth League presidency position and the SG position are full-time at Luthuli House. He's declined to go to Parliament. We also do know that Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma has declined to go to Parliament, so she is effectively retiring as a parliamentarian there as well, and it's put pressure on many of the senior leaders of the ANC who've been in parliament since 1994 to also pave a way for the younger generation to go into parliament. But those whom have allegations of corruption against their heads, who've appeared before the State Capital Commission of Inquiry, they have to go to this Integrity Commission. If they don't, they will simply be removed from the ANC's parliamentary list that will be submitted not only to Parliament but also to the province to national list in the National Council of Provinces, but also be removed in the various provincial legislatures if they've got allegations over them and they don't appear before the Integrity Commission. When it comes to elections, they are saying that they will get their machinery rolling, and they've already started with the manifesto launch in KwaZulu-Natal, where they've got over 60 organizers already hitting the ground running with ANC members and volunteers in KwaZulu-Natal, which is going to be hotly contested, particularly looking at the high turnout at the MK rally yesterday in KwaXimba in Ward 1 in KwaZulu-Natal, where former President Jacob Zuma with his MK party got to about 30,000 members or supporters of MK to come out to that specific rally yesterday.